Oh, welcome everybody back to a show that has not been on in about a year. But now we are. Welcome everybody back to Steehn versus Machine. And of course, I am your host, Truman the Steehn Machine Steehn. As always, I am joined by the lead handicapper over at Winners and Whiners, Scott Steehn. Scott, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Truman?
Good. I apologize to everybody who's watching this first episode. I promise every episode isn't going to look like this. We're just having technical difficulties. So this one will look a little rougher. But other than that, I am doing great.
How about your graphics ready for next week when it counts, right?
Exactly. This first week, I can't really get the machine up and running. And, it's honestly, first week of NFL betting is always a little bit of a, technically you don't know what's going to be out there, but you have a good idea of what will be out there, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
That's right.
Either way, I'm excited to be back here on Steehn vs. Machine. Of course, this is only available on patreon.com/open disaster. Again, we're moving it off of just the general. You gotta get up to the hurricane tier. You get up there. But for the first month here, there might be some people watching this who maybe subscribe for free and would like to convince them to keep on moving along. And I think we'll be able to do that. I think we have some interesting picks. I don't want to waste too much time. Let me explain the machine. The machine is a complex betting algorithm that I've created using different weighting values, using historical data, using 20-plus stat categories to give me a composite score on who I believe will be the better team. The issue with that being it takes a couple weeks to get the data for this year's season. So this first week is really just capper versus capper at this point. And I do expect you to build just a bit of a lead here, Scott, if I'm being completely honest. But
your machine, I don't care. I'll take on all.
Oh, will you? Yeah, whatever I throw at you, huh?
Oh, that's all right. You have the results from last time handy? Do you remember?
Man, that would have been smart to have, but no, I don't have.
It would have been.
I'm pretty sure you rolled me a bit last year.
Yeah.
Or last time we did this. But I'm back. The machine is back. It's refined. I've worked it, tweaked it to now it is also going to give me totals. I'm going to be all over the place, Scott.
All right. I'm excited.
I'm excited to be all over it. So,
all over it, buddy.
Normally we'll let whoever had the better week go first here. But just to kind of get it rolling. I'm on top in the video chat, so we'll have me go with my first pick. Scott, my first pick, and I don't think we have many conflicting picks, but my first pick is actually the Saints minus 5.5, and I've got that at minus 110. I love this pick. I think the Falcons are going to be so bad, Scott. I think they're going to be just dreadful, just awful. And I think we're going to be able to capitalize that. I think the Saints are going to actually end up giving Brady a bit of a run for his money. And I think it'll pay good dividends. And I think we're going to learn a lot this first week, and people are going to kind of have their eyes open to everything. So I believe that the Saints minus 5.5 with new and refined Jameis. Michael Thomas is back. Chris Olave looks to be in Rookie of the Year contention. Alvin Kamara's back. He's not going to get suspended, apparently, for beating the crap out of some dude in a nightclub. Who knows? Nobody's getting suspended except for the people... except for Deshaun, who should have got suspended more. So who knows what's going on?
Frank Clark just got probation and community service today for his
exactly.
charge.
Yeah. So everybody's
if you have a machine gun and don't go to jail, I don't know, whooping up on a dude in a bar. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. How are you feeling about this Saints minus 5.5 pick, Scott?
I've got to play on this game too, but I have zero faith in that Falcons offense. How about Marcus Mariota at quarterback, Cordarrelle Patterson at running back, and the trio of Brian Williams, Zacchaeus, and Drake London as your receivers. Drake London going to be looked at to be the leader there. That's a rookie from Ohio State. Not even the best receiver from Ohio State. I think he plays for the Saints. So, Saints, really good defense, number 4 scoring defense last year. I like your side there.
I believe you're getting a bit ahead of yourself. I believe Drake London was USC.
Oh, you're right.
But USC is joining the Big Ten, so basically another Big Ten wide receiver right there.
The Big Ten school, yes. Drake London come out of USC. That's absolutely correct. My bad.
No big.
I'm in a guy in my fantasy league. His handle is the Olave Garden. So.
I've heard that's a popular one, but it is pretty good.
high quality.
Yep. All right,
All right.
Scott, what's your first pick?
So traditionally, the first week is a good time to bet on underdogs. So I'm going to take 4 favorites. And the theme that you're going to see with my picks is I'm fading what I anticipate to be terrible teams. I notice you've done the same thing with the Falcons there. I'm going to start off with the second game, or actually the first game on your schedule on the Sunday card. It's going to be the Ravens over the Jets. Ravens -7. Baltimore, think of them as the defensive powerhouse. Not exactly. They were last in the league last year against the pass. Good thing the Jets don't have anyone to throw the football. Are you afraid of Joe Flacco? Are you afraid of Zach Wilson? A banged up Zach Wilson, I might add. No, they've got some good receivers. I don't think they get much time to get the ball to him. That's a problem for the Jets. Ravens, I think they've come out with going to come out with a chip on their shoulder, especially early in the season. I think the Ravens cover there. In fact, despite the fact that they're on the road, give me the Ravens -7 over the New York Jets.
And we actually did find a line, and we got it down to 6.5 for you. I believe that was over on. I think FanDuel had it at 6.5 at -118 for you. So you get the ever important half a point on the -7. So we got you a
It is
-6.5.
Chop those lines, kids.
Absolutely, especially now that sports betting is legal in Kansas. Do not forget to be checking between apps, between all sorts of things, because somebody's going to have that best line for you, and always make sure you're getting the best bang for your buck. Okay, which brings me back to my second pick. I'm actually staying in the AFC South for this one. You said that week 1 is a great week for underdogs, and I love an AFC South dog. I love them. Carolina Panthers money line at -104. I think
They're
this.
the NFC line, sir.
What? Oh, did I say AFC South?
I believe. Yes.
Sorry. NFC South, yes. They are +1.5 right now, the spread. Listen, I don't think if this game is going to be close, I expect the Panthers to win. I don't expect them to lose by 1 point, so I'm not taking the spread. I'm taking the money line. You get better odds on it, so I'm taking Panthers money line at -104. I think Baker Mayfield's going to roll a bad Browns team. I do not think Jacoby Brissett has what it takes. I think Baker's, he says he's not looking for revenge. It was just business. I can't possibly believe that Baker Mayfield has ever said anything that polite to anybody ever. So
Nice.
I am taking the Panthers money line at -104. I love that pick.
All right. Very good. And I will move on to my next pick, and that's going to be the Saints Falcons under 43. When only one team is scoring, I think that makes it very difficult to get over the total. I think this could easily be a 31-7, 28-10 type of game. I've got the under 43 there, as I don't expect much out of that Falcons offense.
I'd have to agree with you. I think Marcus Mariota just looks dreadful. And I think the Carolina Panthers, I think it'll be interesting to see what they do. Baker Mayfield never really been a blow them out kind of quarterback. Certainly kind of plays down to his competition, I'd say. But I expect Panthers money line to cash. But sorry. I'm getting teams mixed up now. I'm getting my AFC South games mixed up. Saints Falcons. I think it's all going to be one team, but I don't think that the Saints had the firepower to hit the total all by their lonesome, and I expect this to stay low scoring enough. I agree with you there with Saints Falcons under 43.
I'll tell you, I do worry about the Panthers only from an injury standpoint. You got to keep an eye on Robbie Anderson, and almost as important as their center Bradley Bozeman. Both those guys are questionable. Of course, Zane Gonzalez is out for at least half the year. They've got a journeyman kicker in there, so hopefully the Panthers
See,
can get off to a big lead where you don't have to worry about kicking that long field goal to win it.
Well, and as is tradition, Christian McCaffrey randomly popped up on the injury report this week. He's full participant with a shin injury, but it's tradition.
Yeah. Of course, I got him in my fantasy draft last night. So.
Oh, I drafted him in a bunch of fantasy leagues because I thought he wasn't going to get hurt this year. So if he gets hurt, I really am going to be upset. I told everybody, I was like, "Do you want to win your fantasy league? Then draft Christian McCaffrey. If you don't have the cojones to do it, then don't." And now here we are. He's already hurt. All right, moving on to my third game. I actually have the Jacksonville Jaguars. You said again, it's a good week for underdogs. I actually have the Jaguars money line at +120. I think this will be probably one of the bigger surprises, one of the bigger upsets. But man, you've got Super Bowl head coach there, Super Bowl head coach winning Doug Peterson. You've got Trevor Lawrence there. I really like what they've got to offer. I think they are going to pull this one out. I think this will be one of the bigger shocks of the day as they knock off the Washington Commanders, but it's the Commanders. It's Carson Wentz. They play the Chiefs in the preseason. Obviously, it's just the preseason, but I think they did not look very good. I think obviously Brian Robinson was going to factor into their game plan. Now they had to shift. They've had 2 weeks, but I still just don't expect the Commanders to be able to put up enough points. And I think Jaguars are going to be able to move the ball. I think it's going to be a slight shock that, and in the grand scheme of things, probably doesn't end up mattering too much. But I believe the Jaguars money line plus 120 is going to be my third play of the week.
There's actually been some Jaguars money coming on because we did a show earlier in the week on Tuesday, and I got the Jaguars money line at plus 140.
Oh, geez.
So I do like that. I do like that play as well.
That line's all the way down to minus 2.5. And hell, even looking now, I know I got the I think I got the Jaguars money line at plus 120 on FanDuel, but if you go over to Barstool, it's already plus 108. So we're dropping all over the place. Again, shop your lines.
Well, until Barstool starts sponsoring the show, I'm going to continue to tell everybody how shitty they are as a sports book. So.
Oh, absolutely. I got no problem with that. Definitely.
They do have good NASCAR lines though. If you bet NASCAR matchups or drivers to win, they've got good NASCAR lines.
They do seem to be the premier NASCAR sports book, which is again kind of like being the smartest horse. But here we are.
There. Okay. The smartest horse. By the way, Ozzy performing at halftime.
Weird.
Huh.
Osborne?
Yeah.
He's
all right.
Is he able to move?
Yeah, doing pretty nice.
Not really.
Oh, we're gonna move to the AFC North, the North division. Taking a look at a team here that is no friends to Kansas City Chiefs fans. The Cincinnati Bengals laying 6.5 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I like the Bengals here. I don't believe in Trubisky, and more importantly, I don't believe in this offensive line that's been rebuilt, revamped, and not revitalized. I don't think they're going to be able to move the ball much at all. Yes, they do have Najee Harris. He's going to get his. But this is a Cincinnati team that knows how to take care of business against Pittsburgh. They beat them by a combined 45 points last season. I like Cincinnati at home, given less than a touchdown, minus 6.5.
Fair enough. I have to agree with you. I'm not very impressed by the Steelers. Somehow Mike Tomlin has never had a season under 500. I expect him to keep that ball rolling somewhat, but I think this is the year that streak comes to an end.
Yep, absolutely. You're going to see I think after a couple of games of Mitch Trubisky, you're going to start to see are you ready? A picket line.
Nice. That's good. That's good stuff there.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Moving on to our fourth picks. Again, you said week number 1 is the week for underdogs. I've taken another. I can't help myself. I'm barking first week. I've actually got the Minnesota Vikings money line at plus 104 over the Green Bay Packers. Listen, Aaron Rodgers lost a lot of weapons. He's getting older. I don't think he's going to be able to replace the production of Devontae Adams with rookies and Alan Lazard. I think Lazard, yeah, I do it every time. I think
you signed for a touchdown pass to beat you in your home stadium.
Yeah.
With some respect on that name.
All right, whatever.
Right in front of the band too.
I know. I do believe though that the Vikings have gotten better on a lot of fronts. I believe Kirk Cousins is maybe gonna thrive. I think Kirk Cousins has been underrated in general, but I think he's even gonna thrive even more with the addition of Kevin McConnell at coach. I think Kevin McConnell could be a coach of the year candidate. I actually have the Vikings all the way up until at least I have them winning the NFC North. I'm going to the championship game. So, and winning the NFC championship game. I actually have it as our dark horse kind of Super Bowl worthy team. I know it's even becoming kind of a trendy pick somewhat. Not quite as trendy as picking the Chargers or the Bills, I guess, to go to the Super Bowl. But I really like this Vikings team. I really like what they're going to be able to do in a really weak NFC North. And I believe that begins with a statement win over the Packers week 1 at home in Minnesota.
Solid team at the skill positions. Of course, they got Dalvin Cook is healthy again. Thielen's healthy again. Justin Jefferson may be certainly a top 10 receiver right now, headed to the top 5. He's got some weapons. Kirk Cousins never going to the Hall of Fame, but he is definitely a guy that can get you some wins and probably not going to lose you a lot of games. We'll open it up for Cousins haters to go ahead and comment on that. But I do like the Vikings to win this game, and I do like the Vikings to win the Central. I made the same call on the show earlier this week. My next pick is going to be another favorite. We're gonna lay another touchdown on the road because what could possibly go wrong? It's the 49ers against the Bears. Bears, another horrific team. Again, you'll begin to see a theme with my picks, and most of them are fading teams. I believe are probably close to the bottom 5, if not solidly in it. Steelers are close. The Bears are solidly in the bottom 5. The Bears, they did nothing to help Justin Fields in the offseason. Their wide receivers, Darnell Mooney, Byron Pringle at 2, and Equiminius as St. Brown at number 3.
Yikes.
He's not even the best St. Brown. His brother Amon Ra, of course, plays for the Lions and is their best receiver. So
quite a lot of names going on over there in the St. Brown family.
If you haven't looked up the St. Brown family, I tell you this every year. If you haven't done it, it's a great story. Their dad was a Mr. Universe 2 years, and they have basically they have built those 3 kids to play football in the NFL.
Interesting.
And
who's it?
I think they all did.
Who's the other St. Brown that's coming? Amon Ra, Equinemius.
I'm gonna hate myself for
forgetting. Is it another insane name?
It's Osiris.
Osiris?
Uh-huh.
Is that all Egyptian then?
Oh, that's the theme, yeah.
Oh.
And he is currently he did not make the he did not play in the NFL. Or he didn't stick. His actual name is that's Equiminius. There you go. But he was drafted. I keep clicking on Equinemius keeps coming up. So
interesting.
I'm gonna click on Osiris. He's the only one. He played at Stanford, but was not fantastic. Just 36 catches, 474 during his career. So
for a career,
he did not make the NFL.
No, he did not.
Still, not bad.
2 for 3.
As Meatloaf famously said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, my friend. So, yeah, I've got the Niners there. I'm not completely sold on Trey Lance, but my goodness, he's got some weapons. I think between them and a very good defense, it'll be plenty enough to shut down the Bears. 49ers may need to pull away late in this one, but I think they do. Give me the Niners minus the 7 over the Bears.
I've got to agree with you there. I just, yeah.
That's no fun.
Again, we didn't have any conflicting picks this week, which is very, very surprising. I think, obviously, that won't be like that this entire season. I imagine that would be kind of insane, considering I felt like we were at odds every week last year, right, at least once. Well,
so we'll see once the machine gets up and running how it goes.
Yeah. There you go. Exactly. All right. That means, final picks. Again, it is a week for dogs for me. I have actually a 4th dog to give you.
Nice.
I have the Cowboys money line. I don't believe the boys are gonna win the Super Bowl, but I like them good enough here in this first week matchup against a Bucs team. I am just not impressed by the Bucs offseason. Chris Godwin is going to be close. Whether or not he plays, I know there's conflicting reports, and he's trying to give people hope, but I haven't seen a ton of reasons to hope. Have you got better information on Chris Godwin?
No, I still show him with the Q.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a game time decision. I don't think he's trending towards playing. Tom Brady's also had a weird offseason. I'm wondering if it'll take him just a bit to settle back in, or if he might just be bad. This could be the year you finally see Tom Brady drop off. I know you probably shouldn't be betting for Tom Brady to drop off, but here we are. Losing Gronk, also a big, fairly large subtraction. What'd you say? What was that? Sorry, you caught something?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't say anything. Yeah, I'm not completely sold on this. This is a banged up offensive line for Tampa Bay as well. as Stinney's on IR, Jensen's on IR. So they've got some guys playing in unusual spots there. Tom not exactly the most mobile of quarterbacks. So I think that I think Dallas can do some damage getting to the quarterback and stuff in the run. So I had that pick as well when I did the show earlier. I like the Cowboys there. And my last pick, speaking of the AFC South, to fade another terrible team. It's the Titans -5.5 against the Giants. When you play Tennessee, all you got to do is stop the run, and everything else falls into place. Wait a minute. Giants were last in the league last year.
Stopping the run.
Well, that's going to be a problem against Derrick Henry, who's got the fresh legs. He's ready to rock and roll. I think that's going to be a problem. I don't hate the under. You want to play the under here. I think that's the play. But something I like even better is the Titans at home -5.5. We're made it through all the critical numbers there at 5.5. That's a gobbled it up every time.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. I just don't. I don't think this Giants team is going to be good. I think it's going to take them at least a year with Brian Dabble to maybe turn this around. I don't think Daniel Jones is going to take the jump that Josh Allen took. I wonder if this team is going to struggle. And Brian, is it Dable?
Yes, Brian Dable. Yes,
Brian Dable goes the way of a lot of first-year head coaches, like we saw last year, where I covered this on my Twitter account, but I think there was 7 first-year head coaches, only 2 had winning records, or 2. I think went to the playoffs. I think it was
not ideal.
Not ideal. Yeah, and I just don't love that for Brian Dable, and I don't think that the Titans sorry, man, I'm all over the place again. The Giants are a great fit. Their win total is at 6.5. I can't believe it. I would be hammering that under. One of my biggest hammers, hammer the unders of the year. That and the Falcons under. I like both those teams to go way under on their win total this year.
Well, the problem with the Giants, is they play 6 games against other terrible teams or less than average teams, most likely. Philadelphia might be okay, Dallas might be okay, but
yeah,
it's not a great division. When you are taking team totals like that, taking win totals, don't forget, always consider what division they are in, because taking Atlanta and taking Arizona, for example, 2 very different things. So got to factor that in.
That's fair. I got to support you there. Well, there it is, folks.
Pretty damn agreeable.
Pretty damn agreeable. No conflicts. The only game that we picked, even the same, the only game we even shared was the Saints-Falcons game, and we picked different things on that. So
basically see it going the same way.
Exactly. Well, awesome. I'm excited for this season. We've got a lot of good shows coming for you. A lot more Steehn versus Machine. Every single week. It's going to be posted, I believe, Saturdays on the Open Disaster Patreon. That way you guys can kind of use it for sports betting. Definitely one of the shows you should be checking before you're, making those bets, wherever you guys get your information from. And we post it on Saturdays. We'll have plenty of time. We'll post the results probably to Twitter or something so everybody can see it. But I think that's it.
All right, very good.
I cover it all. I believe we're going to do a little bit of a weight loss thing, right? Haven't we discussed that?
Yeah, we talked about that. Having some sort of a monthly contest, and did you weigh in this Monday?
I did.
I got one in the books too. All right, we'll check in on that. We still haven't come up with a punishment or a reward, but we'll work on that, and we'll lay out the results next week.
Right. I believe we're going to do a combination of kind of the units and the weight loss to kind of do a combo, and then at the end of each month, kind of whoever did better that month takes the other one out. I think we're talking about doing a little bit of a live on the scene Steehn versus on the Steehn, as they say.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. We'll have a lot. We'll get that information to you next week. Scott, I'd say best of luck to you, but you know what? Best of luck to you. I hope you do well. Obviously, I'd much rather meet you at the top than meet you at the bottom. I don't want to dance around here and be happy because I went 2-3 because you went 1-4. I'd much rather be a lot happier because I went 5-0 while you went 4-1.
I'd accept that.
So
I'll take 4-1 every week and see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Make a lot of money that way.
Absolutely.
Scott, I appreciate it. Everybody watching, I appreciate it. Thank you again for subscribing to the Patreon. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody. We're gonna post on Twitter. We're gonna we're gonna drum up the hype. We're gonna let you know some of the results. You're gonna get to see the results and make you wanna get in here, see the stuff. Again, opendisaster.com patreon.com/open disaster, twitter.com/disaster open for all the updates. I'll be posting this twitter.com at Steehn Machine. And Scott, where can people find you as well?
Find me at the Winners and Whiners YouTube channel. I do a daily video every day with my favorite pick. Of course, I got premium picks available, and we premiered our brand new show. It is a sports betting show unlike anything you have ever seen. Part sketch comedy, part panel of handicappers. It's a blast to do it, and we're having real good reception with that. It went up earlier this afternoon, so check that out at the Winners and Whiners YouTube channel.
Awesome.
There you go.
As always, Scott, I do appreciate it, and as everybody else, I appreciate you guys for being here on the Patreon. I appreciate it all. We'll get you the results. We'll see you next week for week 2 Steehn versus Machine, where we're tallying in the results. We're tallying in the weight loss things. We're gonna be in the full swing of it. We're probably actually gonna have an overlay, all sorts of stuff. Thank you again, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye.